In today's episode of My.Na Cars, we are literally taking you through the process of converting a quantum bakkie into a 4x4. Yes, you heard that right. I'm your host, Glenora Shipura, and this is yet another exciting, fun-filled adventure with your favorite cars show.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
I'm joined by the legend, the man, the myth, the legend.
That was a joke.
This is Alan Page from EnduroCo, Australia, and he is the man behind converting this quantum bakkie here into a 4x4. Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
I feel like what you guys are doing is remarkable. But yes, first and foremost, how are you feeling?
Yes, good. It's nice to be here in Namibia. Beautiful country, very much like Australia. Really, it's unbelievable.
I love that comparison. We were talking off camera, and you're just saying like the roads, everything here is literally copy and paste Australia.
It is, yeah, very similar.
Yeah. So I'm understanding that in Australia, there's a lot of cars that were converted. Not even just in Australia, I think globally, you have converted quantums, I have to say, into 4x4s, and you mentioned maybe in the range of 300?
Yeah. So
cars?
So globally, we have these vehicles deployed, or EnduroCo vehicles, whether it be the Quantum High Ace or the Coaster, in over 38 countries and in all continents, including Antarctica. So we have the Toyota Coaster is deployed there for moving people around in Antarctica, but we've got presence in vehicles in South America, British Virgin Islands, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, throughout Africa, in Thailand, Laos, and obviously Australia, Papua New Guinea. So there's over 400 of these vehicles being built, and probably the same number of coasters deployed in a variety of applications, from tourism, medical transport such as ambulance or patient transport, and mining personnel movement.
I think that you guys are a good fit for Namibia.
Well, the terrain here in Namibia is really very similar to Australia. You know, we've got a lot of remote areas, a lot of unsealed roads that we've got to travel on, corrugated roads and difficult terrain. So yeah, there's a great comparison, and that's where all of the development work was done in Australia over long periods in all sorts of conditions.
Now, I'm just a girl, and I don't want to use that as an excuse as to why I don't know cars. But obviously, in my mind, I'm going, oh, so how do we convert quantum into a 4x4? What's going on here?
Yeah, certainly. Look, and again, as we discussed off camera, that this is a fairly unique transformation. So people would either normally buy a two-wheel drive car, or they would buy a four-wheel drive car. But not many people buy a two-wheel drive car and make it into a four-wheel drive car. So what we do is fairly unique, and obviously it required a lot of engineering to package items such as we use here in this particular conversion, a 200 series transfer case, so which splits the drive from front engine to rear axle to front engine to all both axles, front and rear. So we use a 200 series, which is quite a sizable object. Then we also have to integrate within the system something that was never meant to fit. So obviously we're right next to the vehicle now. There's a front differential carrier at the front. We use much more substantial lower control arms. So for stability and safety of the vehicle, 200 series CV axle shafts and 200 series hubs. So there was a lot of engineering went into that. But what we found was there was in Australia in particular, and obviously globally, since we've been quite successful with the global penetration of this vehicle, that there was a requirement for it, because the traditional solution to this was the troop carrier. I'm not sure what you call it here. I'm thinking it's called the same thing. In some parts of the world it's called a hardtop, but the Toyota Land Cruiser troop carrier would have been the typical solution for moving people around, or even ambulances. So, but with the requirement for safety, we want high back seats for whiplash protection in the event of an accident, as well as 3-point seat belts, which these vehicles come standard with, as well as electronic stability program, ABS, and an array of safety features on this vehicle. So there was a client-driven requirement to move more people than what we could do in, say, for example, a 300 or a 200 or a Prado, which is kind of limited to 7 people. This vehicle has a capacity of up to 14 people.
I can go with my whole entire family in one car,
Right.
instead of
So, yeah.
splitting cars. Right now, I'm seeing what was removed.
These are all of the
From
components. Yeah.
The car, and I think we need to get into the details of this, because it's as much as people are thinking it's going to be quite heavy because of what's being installed, there's also a lot that was also removed.
Yeah. So we've got a net weight gain of approximately 100 kilograms is the differential between the weight. However, as a part of a stringent testing that Australia has, and because we supply to a lot of blue chip mining companies such as Glencore, Rio Tinto, etc., they've got a high requirement for the stability and safety of the vehicles. So we have done the GVM, so the gross vehicle mass of the vehicle. We've increased it from 3,400 kilograms to 4,200 kilograms, but we tested it at 4,500 kilograms and then downrated it with a factor of safety to 42. So we see a net gain in its capacity of 800 kilos, and we've added about 100 kilos once we remove some of the componentry that's been removed out of the vehicle. And the reason that we've removed some of this, these components, is because the original application for this vehicle is a delivery van, is a small bus. Okay, we're taking it to being a capable off-road vehicle. So what the requirement was to then reinforce or use more substantial products. So, for example, the lower control arms are replaced off the original vehicle with 200 series Land Cruiser. The rear springs, we've got new parabolic rear springs and shock absorbers at the back. We put in diff correction wedges to ensure that the drive shaft is dead straight when it's on the normal driving, to give the client the safest, most reliable and robust vehicle we can possibly build. When we did this, we took the philosophy in the design is how would Toyota build this vehicle? Okay, so that's how we came across this. So
Yeah, and I love that you had the market conditions for Southern Africa in mind, because if I get one of these babies, I know that it's easy for me to get parts.
come and see me, I'll do you a deal.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
But that's exactly right. That obviously, look, similar to Australia, that in Southern Africa, Toyota has a great presence. It's got great parts backup and serviceability. So, for example, obviously the air filters available from Toyota. So the common service items, oil, filters, wheel bearings and things, these are all genuine Toyota, not high ace, but, well, the air filter is, but the wheel bearings, for example, are from a 200 series. So if you happen to damage a wheel bearing because of whatever, they're available from your local Toyota dealership.
I totally love that. Now, how long does it take to, fully convert one Quantum?
Cool. So to convert it in its basic format, so you drive in on a Monday, you drive out on a Friday.
Oh, just a week.
Yeah.
I think even less than a week. It's a few days in a week. Okay, so it's about, so right now, where are we in the process?
So now although a lot of the mechanical works have been completed, so for example, the complete rear end has been changed, so that's the leaf springs, the diff correction, the shock absorbers. We had to do a differential change to match the front here, so that's all been completed. We've got the EnduroCo engine cradle encompassing the steering rack and the front differential and the sway bar. That's been installed. So although it's a lot of progress, we're about 50% of the way through. There's still the electronic suite, which it seamlessly integrates with the Toyota dashboard. So that has the drive modes of 4 high is its default setting, and then it's got 4-wheel drive low range, and then it's also got a center differential lock to lock the front and rear wheels together for the worst of conditions.
The question that maybe some viewers are having, why EnduroCo? Why Safari Engineering when I'm trying to convert my Quantum into a 4x4?
Certainly, yeah. So we would definitely be the number one provider for quantum conversions globally. We're in 38 countries, in temperatures from minus 25 to 30 degrees to temperatures in the UAE and Syria and Dubai of plus 50. Okay, so the engineering is tried and tested in all sorts of terrain, and it's proved to be a very reliable platform. Specifically, out of the UAE, we produce a great amount of ambulances. So tourism vehicles, this is a problem if the vehicle has a failure and breaks down.
Yeah.
In an ambulance, it's really a life and death situation. So the reliability and the robustness of the vehicle is of the most paramount importance to these services. And we've got them deployed with the United Nations, we've got them deployed with various country authorities for ambulances, as well as private operators.
And I also love that there is a key factor where you guys also want to cater to the mining industry. Namibia is predominantly a mining country. We have several mines. It will be great to see these babies on mining sites. Right.
So look, obviously this was the genesis of this program was the Australian mining industry, and this is again a parallel we can draw between the burgeoning continent of Africa, and I think in the next 10 years that Africa will become more and more of a global economic power, and we want to be there to help develop Africa with these vehicles. So there's not really a competitive vehicle to this one, because there's nothing that's in this size with proper 4-wheel drive, low range, center diff lock, the increase in height, which is 150 millimeters. So it ends up, and the safety, the seats, the 3-point seat belts. So there's nothing really like it available. But I really think in the next oncoming years, we're going to see countries like Namibia, Tanzania, Botswana. These are going to transition away from their traditional sources of income from tourism and things into some of these mining things. We're going to see a paradigm shift from the old guard, Australia being one, Europe, Americas, okay, to being where Africa will be a provider to the world of iron ore, gold, zinc, copper, lithium, all the things that the world is now moving towards. So we want to be there with you guys.
Oh, okay, that's good. I think you gave me a few things to look forward to in the future. Now, before I let you go, what do you foresee for the southern market in terms of the Southern African market, in terms of just converting quantums into 4x4s?
Yeah, well, again, look, this is their first partnership with Safari Engineering, who have been fantastic. They've got a great facility here. They're well expertised with the Toyota product. Okay, so I think now it's a part of our job to market this vehicle into the mining industry, into the ambulance sector, into the tourism operators, to show that there's a reliable, safe, comfortable solution to what they would traditionally look for as a solution. So the future's not mine to see, but I would hope to think that this will be adopted once it's got proven here, you know, so I think the future's bright.
Yeah, the future is bright. I will definitely be driving one of these. Other cars that are big, I would say no, but to this one, yeah.
Good to hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
We will be right back on the other side of this. I'm joined by Brian, the owner of Safari Engineering, and I have to tell you, walking into your shop, I felt like I was in some kind of movie, you know, my Kaiba connector. Anything can be fixed. Hi, how are you?
No, well, and yourself. Great to meet you guys.
Yes, so for the people that are watching that have no idea what Safari Engineering is about, could you just give us a brief introduction of the company?
Well, we specialize in Toyota vehicles, and especially in the tourism and mining sector, as well as the private sector. And we go a little bit further because we add quite a large element of engineering to what we do, and the products we deal with are all highly sought after and highly engineered products. We don't just choose any products, so that's the basis of what we do. In terms of, it starts from repairs to fitments and engine overhauls, gearboxes, diffs.
Yeah.
From there,
Now, getting back to the business, when did the business idea start, and how long have we been operational?
So I grew up in workshops. My father had workshops. We used to do a lot of government contracting back in the days. So from as old as I could remember, my father he actually started first in Windhoek, and then we moved up north. So already from the 70s, here in Namibia. And you know, in my school holidays, I would assist my father, and then carried on from there. And then later, I did an apprenticeship with Caterpillar here in Namibia, and I had some great journeymen and trainers. And from there, I worked all over the world. And then I decided Namibia is my country of birth. I needed to come back, and I also knew I couldn't work for anybody else. I'm too fussy for that. So,
yeah. No, that's what we need, because here we are. We have Safari Engineering, and you're doing something quite remarkable, I have to say. Can we talk about what inspired Safari Engineering to start converting quantums to off-road vehicles in Namibia?
Well, it started basically, I mean, first of all, a good friend of ours that we're dealing with in Australia for the last 15, 16 years, who's in, I think he currently works with Mine Corp, and that I'll mention his name. He's been a great asset as well as a great friend, Brian McMeekin. He put us in touch with EnduroCo, and in the past we have seen these vehicles converted, and that we were never, totally sold on the idea, and it started from there because we were also looking for vehicles for ourselves for field service, and always fighting with the back of a Hilux and a Land Cruiser. There's just never enough space, so, and the remote regions that we had to get to. And when EnduroCo engaged with us, we had many questions on an engineering platform. I'm sure Alan and Danny would be able to vouch for this. We just didn't, we were a company, we just didn't accept what they were offering. We wanted to know what, why, and how does this work, and why do you do it like that? And could we change things? Could we make it better? And them being engineers themselves, and that they very open to these ideas, and a brilliant company to work with. So that's where it started.
And here we are today. How important is it for the tourism industry for this project? This project for the tourism industry.
Well, we're hoping to change the mindset of the tourism industry to go from a dusty old Land Cruiser with no air conditioning and a tiny little seat with only one seat belt on to 3-point seat belts and your own air conditioner and a comfortable seat, and that in a vehicle that can go wherever a Land Cruiser could go.
Yeah. So. I do have some friends that have traveled here, and one of their concerns was that, it's not going to be a comfortable drive because these are the options that we have. But now with that introduction, you're bringing luxury to the rough terrain.
Exactly. And there's two mindsets. There is also, you'll never be able to take away from an open game viewer, but that's often a short little trip. But if you're now doing a 10-day holiday or a 2-week holiday, to sit in a cramped up little seat without air conditioning and a sliding little window like this, I'm not sure it's a trip I would want to do. I'd rather sit in a quantum luxury bus, and that can take me to the hardest terrains in Namibia, the dunes, Kunene. Yeah.
I love this. Any future projects that we can, look out for when it comes to safari engineering?
Well, definitely. One of the sectors that I came from the mining sector is to get more involved with the mining sector, showing them what we can offer. And the other sector is we very pro wildlife, so we work a lot with like Dr. Flipstander, and we try and assist him. We've got great products and companies from Australia that have assisted us in building his vehicles to do what he needs to do. The other company is Giraffe Foundation, we work closely with, and I think long term we'd like to, leave a bit more of a legacy in terms of assisting these companies and these individuals that have given their life to saving our wildlife, because it's our Namibian gold, I believe.
I love that. Before I let you go, what do you foresee for the tourism industry in Namibia in the next 10 years?
I definitely foresee more clients driving around in quantum 4x4 buses and seeing the remote regions of our country in a lot more comfort and style. Tourism will certainly grow. I think our country is one of the most incredible countries in this world, and certainly the visitors show that by the numbers increasing in that, and it'll increase more and more.
Yeah, and with the quantums, I foresee myself driving because usually I'll be like, no, I'm not going to do the driving work. But now with this, I will definitely be behind the wheel.
And also, trips down to Sossusvlei.
Yeah.
We can also do the coaster buses, and they can take a lot more people. They can drive in more comfort. They don't have to get out of their bus and change their whole seat and get into another vehicle to go and see Dead Flay. They can go all the way to Dead Flay in their coaster bus, And I mean, I'm not sure of the numbers a coaster bus can carry, but certainly more than a Quantum. But so there's, by being able to convert these vehicles into 4x4 and that, it changes the whole market to a 9-seater, a 14-seater, a 22-seater. And it's quite an amazing achievement that EnduroCo have managed to create.
Thank you for bringing this to Namibia.
Pleasure.
All right, we will be right back on the other side of this. And that's all the time that we have for you in this week's episode of My.Na Cars. Of course, do stay tuned for another fun-filled episode next week, same time, same place.